So I asked you guys to give me some animes to rank, and boy did you ever. I even made a little video about it.
If this video has been suggested to you, you probably like anime. I'll be ranking anime, so put it in the comments so I can rank your anime.
Before we get into this video, I want to kind of show an example of the animes that I enjoy watching. These are the animes I really love. These animes are great. Alright, now that you got a little bit of a taste, let's jump into it. First we have... Is mayonnaise an anime?
Is mayonnaise an
anime? No. Mayonnaise is not an anime. But for real, first we have is Hunter x Hunter. I just got done watching Hunter x Hunter maybe a month ago, and let me tell you, Hunter x Hunter is a great anime. Like, I watched the newest version of it. I didn't watch like the 90s version. I watched the new one that's coming out, and Hunter x Hunter is just a great show altogether. Like, the ending gets a little slow, but all in all, great shonen. Like, I'd like to ask the Naruto fans what their favorite part of the OG Naruto is. Normally, they're going to tell you one of two things. They're going to say the Chunin exam, or they're going to say when they had to go find Sasuke with that bone dude. And most people are just going to say Chunin exam. The whole first season of Hunter x Hunter is the Chunin exam, so check it out if you haven't already watched it. Great anime. My Hero Academia. Now, guys, listen. My Hero, first 3 seasons, I was on board. I was chilling. I was having a good time with Midoriya and the crew. I'm not interested anymore. I really don't care about My Hero. Like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna finish it off. I think next season is the last season. Like, the villain arc was cool. I liked it, I guess. But like, I just don't care about My Hero anymore. I'm gonna put it in mid. I'm gonna keep it in mid. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. I think My Hero's kind of mid. Look at the shonens that My Hero's going up against right now. You're going to tell me that it's good? Mid. Pokemon? My brain, inside my brain, it tells me that Pokemon is not an anime just because I used to watch it on Cartoon Network, you know? It feels like a childhood memory that it's like, yeah, Pokemon was a Western thing, right? Obviously it's not, but it's just how it's wired into me. And I'm specifically talking about the Pokemon Indigo League. I'm gonna say Pokemon is mid as well. Like, comparative to anything else right now, it's definitely like chillin'. Assassination Classroom. I watched the first season when it came out. I haven't watched anything past that. I think it was okay. This alien comes down. They have these kids that are learning. He's their teacher, and they have to kill him, or he's gonna destroy the moon, which would destroy the Earth. It was okay. I mean, it's one of those shows that have a lot of colorful characters, so you'll like at least one of them, and then its plot's pretty decent. There's like a love affair with someone with the alien. I don't know. Assassination Classroom's good, I guess. JoJo. I love JoJo. All the seasons. I'm not caught up with the manga yet. I'm waiting for part 8 to finish before I read it, but like, come on. I think JoJo might be goated, honestly. Like, the only anime I come back to watch over and over again. We're gonna leave it in great anime right now, and then maybe bump it to goated later. This is Ranma Half. Personally, I've never watched this show. I've never read the manga. It's by the same person that did Inuyasha, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I've only heard good things. You know, the dude gets like drenched in water, he turns to a girl. It's like a comedy. I'm sure I'd like it if I watched it. Naruto? The bottom half of Naruto? I mean, it's Naruto, right? Like, going back and watching Naruto, I don't know if I like it as much as I did as a kid. But like, come on. Top of good. But like, comparative to like JoJo and Hunter x Hunter, I'm not putting Naruto in the same tier. I'm sorry. Was it Miyoko Tensei? You know, not a big fan of isekais, but as far as this goes, the first like 12 episodes were pretty good, honestly. Outside of, you know, the dude being an absolute fucking creep. But like, the world that it's building and the magic use is really cool. I do enjoy the characters in the show. The second half of the show was alright for me. I didn't like it as much as the first half. I hate like we gotta teleport, we gotta come home, and you know, all that jazz. It was good. I still think it's better than My Hero. Code Geass with Lelouch. I've never watched Code Geass. Sorry. You know, it's one of those things, I only hear good things about it. Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, with the passing of Yu-Gi-Oh's creator, this was a highly recommended one. And, you know, it hits the same thing as Pokemon, really. You know, I love it for nostalgia reasons. I do. But comparatively to anything else right now, I would feel terrible to say that it's a great or good anime, you know. It also has that Pokemon feeling where it's like, in my eyes, it's a cartoon because I watched it next to cartoons. Cowboy Bebop? Cowboy Bebop is the only decent English voice acting in anime. Shut up. You ever watch Hellsing? You ever watch Full Metal Alchemist? English voice acting is great in that. Fooly Cooly? Cowboy Bebop's not the only one that did it well. But you know what it is? It's a great anime. I love the aesthetic of it. The story is great. Spike Spiegel's a wonderful protagonist. It's just good. Plus, it's got those funky jams. Boruto, I mean, Boruto's terrible. It's a bad anime. What can I say? Like, I can't wait to see what my favorite characters look like when they're older, and then they do this to them. Like, they gave Gaara the light Yagami do. Like, why did they have to do that to my boy? Plus, you know, with the introduction of technology, it just, like, there shouldn't be a 7-Eleven in Konoha City, okay? I can't. And this dude's got like a MacBook. Like, what is this? It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like Naruto. I mean, there is a really cool part where the Chunin exams, Boruto is using like these technology skills to do chakras, which is like probably the best arc in the entire show, but like they don't mess with the Chunin exams, I guess. And of course, that fight that everyone puts AMVs to. Other than that, like, Boruto is like a bad slice of life anime. I'm sorry if you like it, but it's really bad. Food Wars. There's like a million seasons of Food Wars now. I only watched the original one, and you know, pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's cool to see all the dishes and like the ways he prepares stuff. I'm just not really into like cooking anime. Okay, we got Reincarnated as a Slime here. So when Reincarnated as a Slime came out, I thought this anime was great. I thought this anime was sick. Going from zero, like having nothing, and slowly bulking up and becoming stronger is like all what shonen anime is about, right? That's what you want. You want to see a weak character get his ass kicked, become so powerful he can take on any obstacle in his way. And that's kind of what Reincarnated as a Slime does. And it does it in a really cool way that no other show has done that I've seen. However, I haven't seen season 2, and I'm going to put it in right below Naruto, just because. Madoka Magica, the magical girl show that pretty much set the standard for watching at least 3 episodes into a show because of, you know, if you haven't seen Madoka Magica, you should just watch the first 3 episodes, I guess. But it's one of those shows that tell you that everything is not exactly what it should be. I'm not sure if it's the first magical girl show to ever do this, but you know, Madoka Magica is a great anime. Oh shit, we got Corey in the house. It's a party every week now. Corey, shake it out. Alright, Corey in the house. I mean, it's a classic anime meme. Corey in the house, obviously goated. Let's be real. Comparative, like, it looks so realistic comparative to all of these animes. I don't even know how they had the budget to do it. Plus, my favorite scene in Corey in the house. I'll roll it for you.
Stanley, what's wrong?
Corey got a bone hand.
Corey got a bone hand. Alright, Promise Neverland. I'm sure if you've watched any videos on Promise Neverland, I'm going to say the exact same thing everyone else does. Season 1 was good. It was great. Season 1 was great. Season 2, pretty bad. So I'm gonna leave it in mid. It shouldn't deserve it, but you know, if they would have just left it at them escaping, it'd probably sit on like the top of great tier. But like, the season 2 was such a miss. I just didn't like it. I don't think anyone did. Haiku. I've only ever heard good things about Haiku, but kind of the same thing with Food War. I've just never been a big fan of sports anime. I haven't watched it, but like I said, I've only heard good things. One Punch Man. My guys, my boys. One Punch Man is such a good anime. Like, if not for the characters or the story, just the premise. I enjoy the premise more than anything. Saitama has become so powerful that every time he fights something, he defeats it in one punch. This makes being a superhero boring for him because there's no obstacle for him to overcome. He's at the top. You know, it's mundane to him. So it takes it in such a direction that Saitama is not really the main character as much as where Genos is trying to catch up to Saitama, and we see it through his point of view. And whenever Genos gets into a really like sticky situation, Saitama just shows up, and they've been building this bad guy up to just be like, oh, he might be powerful enough to beat Saitama, and then Saitama punches him once and he dies. And it's just a really cool dynamic that you don't see. By season 2, you have things that Saitama isn't the greatest at. It shows the things that even though he's the best superhero, he's not that great at video games, or he's not that great at this or that. So it shows that even if you're the best at something, you're not going to be the best at everything. And I really, really like that. Plus, they got the new bad guy. Wants to be the strongest bad guy, strongest good guy. Going to be really cool. One Punch is a great anime. Great anime. Bleach? Back in middle school, I read a lot of Bleach. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I think Bleach is a little too slow paced nowadays. I mean, I don't know, man. The character design of Bleach is really good. I really like the aesthetic of the world around it. It's just Bleach is so boring. It really is. When it comes down to like how Bleach is thought out, at least for the seasons that I'd watch, it was, here's a character fighting a bad guy. Here's the hero's ability, and here's his Bankai. Here's the enemy's ability. Now, we're going to go to a different fight and learn the same thing. And it's just really repetitive. If Bleach did like a re-up where they like did like a revision of it, I think it'd be a lot higher. But like, I think Bleach is mid, bro. Bleach might not be good. Like I said, I did enjoy it as a kid, but like going back to it, I'm gonna leave Bleach there. Alright, One Piece, bro. My New Year's resolution for 2020 was to watch all of One Piece, right? And I got like halfway through by the middle of the year, but I burned myself out on it, and I was like, I'm not even enjoying this right now. It was like a chore to watch. I said, when I get to it, I get to it, whatever. And you know, watching One Piece, I get it. It's 1,000+ episodes as of right now. And, you know, if that's not what you're into, it's not what you're into. But I'm not going to sit here and preach One Piece to you. If you don't like One Piece, if you don't like shonens like that, don't watch it. You ain't got to watch it. But if you like shonens and you watch One Piece and you enjoy it, you have so much to watch. You'll be filled with like a year's worth of content, which is, it's just like nice to know. Plus the show should be wrapping up like in the near future, maybe the next year or two. And it's just going to be one of those crazy things that happen. One Piece characters' designs are great. The world's great. Everything about One Piece is cool. If I had like to hit it, if I had to hit like mark for what like One Piece misses, is like the first few arcs are kind of repetitive, where it's like the group gets separated, Luffy goes to fight the big bad, and then the big bad lackeys try to fight Luffy's crewmates. Which is like, what else are you gonna get from a shonen? One Piece is goated. I mean, come on. All right, we got Steins Gate. Everyone's told me Steins Gate's good. It's great. It's the Rick. It's Rick. It's Rick. Wubba dub, am I right? I'm definitely gonna give it a watch. It's just one of those shows that I got it spoiled for me, and I was like, well, I guess I'll wait till I forget it, and I haven't forgot the ending yet, so haven't watched it. Speaking of haven't watched, Claned, look at these. Ugh. Just look at the design of these characters. Ugh. They look so bad. They look like cockroaches to me. I don't know why. Everyone says how sad Claned is. The story's so sad. And it's like, knowing that just means you're ready for it. And I haven't watched because of that. I just don't like when it's like, oh, you gotta watch this. It's such a sad show. It's so sad. Oh my god, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. It's like, well, now I know that. So I'm gonna be like prepared for it. I'd rather not watch it. Rise of Shield Hero. Let me tell you guys, I had not seen Rise of Shield Hero before recommended to me. And I did the thing, I watched a few episodes, you know, Madoka Magic, I gotta watch at least a few episodes of the show. And I don't get why people like this show. I don't get it. Now hear me out. It's an isekai, already like to a terrible start. Isekais are just like, how many years do we need to watch isekais? Get out of that. Second off, you have a character that's supposed to be like the dog, you know, he's supposed to be really bad, not have a lot of potential. And you're supposed to be like kind of feel sorry for him. You know, he's only got a shield. There's no way he can use offense. And you're like, all right, well, he's going to have to find a cool way around this, which the show does. But it shows us that he can absorb anything into the shield. to gain its property, which is like, yeah, of course that's broken. Of course he's going to be able to do a million things with that. It's like they took reincarnated as a slime and just put it into a shield instead of him being a slime. And I just feel like reincarnated as a slime did it better. Yeah, I heard that it gets kind of dark and twisted near the end, but like, I don't know. I watched like 6 episodes and I didn't think it was very good. I didn't think it was very good at all. Now, someone said redo of a healer. Let's take this for an example.
Disclaimer. This is not an anime. This is not an anime.
If you want to watch this, you're going to have to go to a specific site. But redo of a healer does have something good about it besides it being fucked up. So, redo of a healer is a story about someone that is a healer in an isekai, and he can't really fight because he's a healer. Sound familiar? But he ends up cracking and starts plotting his revenge. And the stuff that they show that a healer can do is so crazy. And like, the main character antagonizes someone by breaking their fingers and healing them, so they continue break them until they tell him what he wants to hear, which is like, that's so cool. It's like something you don't think of for a healer to do, and it's cool. Eventually it gets kind of messed up where he like heals people's minds so he can brainwash them, and I mean, it gets crazy. I mean, but I can't rank it because I haven't watched it for sure. Nope, haven't watched it, never seen it. Boku no Pico. Oh my god, Boku no Pico. What year is this? I can't believe it. Oh, wow, I've never heard that one before. Boku no Pico. Goated. No, of course I'm not ranking Boku no Pico. It's crazy. We got Cory in the house. We got Boku no Pico. No one put Shrek. Is this a joke to you guys? No Shrek? Attack on Titan. So we have not gotten the end of season 4 yet. And I just want to talk about Attack on Titan for a second. So the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, liked them. First 2 seasons, really good. I enjoyed them. They had a world. They set up a world. They were like, "Hey, we're in this world. This is the properties of the world. Here's what we're dealing with. Here's how we're going to defend ourselves." Great. I liked the entire story on that. Season 3, you know, it was fine. I enjoyed most of it, but by the time they get to like the end where it's like showing how Paradise was formed, it got kind of boring. I don't think you need that many episodes to show it. That they showed a lot. Like, there was like 7 extra episodes, and I was like, probably didn't need to do that. Season 4, I did not understand why season 4 was praised as high as it was for the first half. The first half of season 4 sucked. I don't get it. I don't get why it was like ranked as like the #1 anime for like, it was like a month. It was #1 anime, but season 4 was so terrible. It was so boring. Like, it was telling us stuff that the end of season 3 had already told us. It was just showing us their perspective, and it showed like Falco. I hated Falco. I hated both the main characters for the other side. They're brats. I know, but they were supposed to represent Eren and Mikasa. Shut up. No one cares. Yeah, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the first half of season 4. Now, the second half, pretty good. I mean, the second half was pretty good. I don't want to spoil it. I just think people overhyped the end of season 4. It was still well animated. The story was still pretty decent. I just thought it was a little repetitive. Attack on Titan was good. Probably here. 7 Deadly Sins. Now listen. 7 Deadly Sins is the worst anime I've ever watched. I would watch 7 Deadly Sins with a buddy to make fun of it. We literally would laugh at it because of how terrible it is, how generic the story is, how tropey it is. Back in the day when you tell people, "Hey, I'm watching an anime," this is what people would envision in their mind of what anime was, and I just hate it so much. I hate 7 Deadly Sins. It's a terrible anime. And then when they were like, "Yeah, Meliodas basically grooms Elizabeth forever," every time she is spoilers for 7 Deadly Sins. Elizabeth is immortal, and when she dies, she is born again as another Elizabeth somewhere else. And Meliodas has been living for 3,000 years, and every single time an Elizabeth comes around, he grooms her until she loves him and watches her die again. Now, you can either think that's really, really romantic, or you can be like me and think that's creepy as hell. So Seven Deadly Sins deserves to go in the Seven Deadly Sins category because it is by far one of the worst animes I've ever watched. At some points, it's literally a PowerPoint presentation because it's just not animated at all. Yeah, there's a scene where they're in purgatory and all they do is show a character's back and they pan the camera to the background while they talk with their back turned to you, so they don't have to animate anything, and then they pop images on the screen, and it's like that for 6 or 7 minutes. It's ridiculous. If you want to go find it. I hate Seven Deadly Sins so much. Escanor is like the best part. Escanor is a cool character. That's as much praise as I'll give this show. All right, we got Snafu, which is crazy. Like, guy that recommended Boku no Pico also did Snafu, Clannad, and Steins Gate, which are like all considered great animes. So at least he knows something. But yeah, wait. Personally, I have never watched Snafu. I've only heard good things about it. It's a romantic comedy, and I enjoy watching those every now and then after watching, 1,000 episodes of One Piece. So we're gonna put it in the haven't watched, definitely on the list. Tokyo Ghoul, the the Joker of the anime world. I personally never watched Tokyo Ghoul. I just never got around to watching it. I heard the concept. I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool. I just never watched it. All right, Vinlan Saga. All right. Another one of those shows that I had not watched prior to this, but I watched the first 4-ish episodes, and I can already tell this anime is great. Anime is pretty fire. I personally don't know any history about England and the Vikings and all that, so I don't know how like parallels are drawn between the anime, but just from someone that doesn't know, it's still really well written. The fights are pretty cool, even though if they're over the top, but like that's why we like it, right? Spy Family. I finished watching Spy Family a few weeks ago, and Spy Family is a cute show. I really like the dynamic of everyone in the family not knowing their second lifestyle, their second thing that they do, and it makes for a really cool story plot element, especially with the main character. Anya is literally a D's nuts joke. Anya face. What's Anya's favorite food? Nuts on your face. Got him. But besides that, Spy Family, really good. Yeah, that's fair. Dragon Ball Z, baby. So Dragon Ball Z was the first anime I'd ever watched. I watched it at a cousin's house, back when we were watching the Boo Saga, I believe. And, going back now, Dragon Ball is one of those shows that, I'm pretty sure it's one of the shonens that set the pace for shonens, to be very long, drawn-out fights. Which, it's got its own charm in itself, but like nowadays when our brains are like, feed me, give me the dopamine, I want to watch something now, I don't want to wait around. Dragon Ball kind of falls off, it really isn't as high octane as it once was. I believe Dragon Ball Kai is the best way to watch Dragon Ball. If you're going to rewatch it, or if you want to experience it, Kai is definitely like, But I mean, the original Dragon Ball is a great anime. Personally, I really enjoy like the power scaling and how they did it, and they're one of the first to like transform characters. I think Frieza was like the villain of all villains because his power level just kept going up and up and up and up, and it really defined a generation of anime and what we got nowadays. Super's terrible. I never watched Super. I don't want to watch Super. I think the art style is trash, and I don't really care about the story. Dragon Ball stopped at Dragon Ball GT for me. Man, I can't believe this was it. This is all we had. There's like some pretty big hitters that are missing from here. If you ask me, I can't believe no one put like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen on here. Yeah, well, this is how I'd rank the animes that you guys gave me. See ya.